So, Bruce Corbitt, how's it going with Warbeast? And you guys gonna get some new album, like EP, I should say, very soon. That's gonna be released.
Yeah, actually, it's coming out January 8th. We're really excited about it. Of course, you might have known it's called War of the Gargantuas, and two previously unreleased Warbeast tracks, and two of the new Philip Anselmo solo album tracks. So, yeah, it's a good thing, and we're, like I said, excited about it.
Where did the idea behind the artwork come from?
Oh, actually, that came back when we were recording our full-length album, Destroy, last summer, and we knew the split was going to come out before, and me and Philip Anselmo and Scott Shelby, some of the older guys, grew up on all those old kind of movies, Godzilla-type monster movies, Japanese, and War of the Gargantua was one of our favorite movies from back then, and we one night found out it was on Netflix, and we all sat down after recording and watched it, and it's kind of when the idea got thrown around about calling the EP that, and then I don't know, some funny stuff was going on after that where Phil would kind of be acting like the brown Gargantua, and our guitar Scott would be acting like the green Gargantua, and then kind of led to the idea to make us characters from the movie and turn us into Gargantuas and stuff. So that's kind of how that happened.
You watch much Netflix? Because I mean, Netflix is getting all these obscure movies on now.
Yeah, we all kind of do check out Netflix as much as possible on our free time or whatever. And like I said, Philip had noticed that it was on, so that's why we watched it. But yeah, I mean, Netflix is a cool thing to have. You got some classic old movies they're adding to the playlist,
So the recording out of this album, when was this done?
We actually did that over like 2 years ago, man, when we were thinking ahead kind of what we were going to do before the next full-length album came out, and Philip was writing his solo material at the time, so he got the idea that we should do this EP thing, like give everybody an idea of what's to come from the new Warbeast album and his solo album. So it's actually, something that's been like 2.5 years in the making, and we recorded our two songs like over 2 years ago, and just kind of was waiting for when Philip finished writing and recording a solo album. We've been playing the two songs in our live set ever since then, and they've always gotten really good reactions, so I'm glad that finally people will be able to buy it and get the studio version of the songs.
And from what I've heard, Warbeast, it sounds great, this product, the EP. The quality is very good, fresh.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it, yeah. It's, old school type of production on this, kind of different than when we do the full lengths, but we're happy with the way it turned out.
Do you find a way of making albums, or maybe in the future when you make your next one, it's going to change again, because technology's totally evolving?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll just, take it one step at a time, but I'm sure it'll change, just like it is now with the Pro Tools and everything. But we still like to go, record in Philip's studio there and do it the old-fashioned way as much as possible. But, yeah, it's no telling what it's going to be like in the future as far as recording.
And with the music industry nowadays, what do you think of that going out, like how it's going nowadays in your eyes?
Well, it seems like a lot of people in the world are just struggling with the economy, so it's hard for people to go to as many shows as they used to. And, of course, everybody knows about being able to download music online. It's, it's tougher for bands to make a lot of money in this era, but it's easier to reach fans and more people at the same time. So I don't know. I look at both sides of it. I mean, we always used to maybe make a copy of somebody's album back then for a friend or something, So it's kind of like we were doing it all along, just not on this wide a scale,
Right. The Weed and the Speed tour coming out in January. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, it's mainly West Coast. Start in Texas, we're a couple shows, and work our way through Arizona and 4 shows in California. Make our way up through Seattle, Portland, and then kind of curve back around to Denver and up into Minneapolis. So it's like, I think, 16 shows over 3 weeks. And it's a lot of the other cities we didn't hit on the first U.S. tour that happened back in September.
How's your voice handle out through all that working, and playing throughout, 16 days in a row?
Yeah, I've kind of always been lucky that I didn't always have trouble with losing my voice doing a lot of shows in a short period of time. I don't know why. I've just always been kind of lucky. Like I said, the only time I've ever really had any problem, once during the Destruction tour, I kind of got some kind of sickness, throat, laryngitis stuff, and it was just actually because of the sickness, but it did make it tough to get over it when you got several shows coming up.
Right.
5 or 6 nights a week, and I'd sing the set 2 or 3 times with the band, and I just kind of always built it up to where it was able to handle a lot of work like that.
Now, when we look this product, War of the Gargantuas, I'm sure Phil Anselmo's name is going to be carrying a lot of weight on this, and the people's going to be looking at this with their eyes open.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, that was part of the plan. Of course, we're on Philip's label, and he's, he believes in the band and is proud of us, so he's wanting to do as much as he can to get as much exposure as possible. So naturally, that's why he takes us on some of the tours when he can. And then, of course, the whole idea of putting this EP out before his full length and our new full length comes out was to get more people maybe to check Warbeast out, because, yeah, of course, a lot of people, or myself included, we're excited about Philip releasing a solo album that he wrote everything for, and it's going to sell, of course, more copies than Warbeast by itself. So we're just hoping that it gives people a good sample of what's to come from both albums, and of course, the whole game plan is to get people more aware of Warbeast. Hopefully, they like what they hear, even if they're buying it to get Philip's stuff, and they happen to hear us and like it. Maybe then they'll want to get our next album, when it comes out a few months later.
Which is very good, too.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're proud of the second album that we finished last summer. It's called Destroy. We think it's better than our debut album. And we've already been playing like 5 of the new songs at the shows when we're out with Down. And again, we get good response for the new material.
Now, one thing, do you participate in Facebook yourself, Bruce?
Yeah, actually, I do. I run the Warbeast Facebook page plus my own personal pages, and all the other guys got pages too. And we do use it, of course, as a good way to keep the fans aware of what we're doing and promote the band. And I mean, that's part of it with Housecore. It's a 50-50 kind of thing, and we're expected to do our share as far as promoting, helping out with that kind of stuff with the label.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I always keep people updated, fans updated when we're out on tours or in the studio with daily, reports, and kind of keep them involved in knowing what's going on with the band. And they seem to like that. And
I'm sure once you're on tour, the numbers grow on Facebook as the people are discovering you guys.
Yes, and I always notice that. I mean, when you can see the statistics on there, every time we've done a tour, yeah, more people are starting to add us and follow us and look for us. And, these Down tours, we've done 2 recently, and we got 1 more, and they're definitely adding to our numbers on Facebook, people discovering who we are, and a lot of them liking us when they see us live, and, then they're wanting to keep up with us, So, yeah, it helps us, man, big time.
Well, Bruce, you got anything else you want to add?
Well, just, we're really excited about everything coming up. There's a lot going on, and next year we got the tour with Down to start out the year, and the EP, and then a full-length album, and we're hoping it's going to lead to even bigger and better tours. And I think after our European tour just last month, that it's going to hopefully lead to us getting on some festivals next summer. So just thanks to all the fans out there that's supported us, and hopefully we'll get to come play somewhere near you very soon. Got the new EP and the new album Destroy when it comes out, because if you even like the first album, you're going to love this new stuff.
Great stuff. Well, Bruce, you have a great week, and keep on doing promotions.
All right, brother. You too, man. Talk to you soon.